Alright, what's up guys, it's Zero here, and today I have for you my deck profile. Probably the last deck profile in terms of new decks for Neon Messiah. Blaster Joker. So honestly, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. I think Star Vaders are pretty not good, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they're that good of a deck. I think Blaster Joker is just a fun deck to play around with. Has a cool gimmick of being able to kill your opponent's Legion mates, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, I do have Jewel Knights too, but I don't really care to do that. Deck profile deck, I think that deck is really bad. We will just pretend that deck doesn't exist. Although this is definitely a twist to the deck. I'm playing something a little different. I am playing the Worldline engine in this deck, and I'll explain why I'm doing it. Let's get over with it now. Because Blaster Joker requires Soul as cost, you can't use the leader Soul Blaster draw in the Gunic to fill the drop zone up, so you need some way to fill the drop zone up for Legion. The Worldline engine is the next best way to do it. The starter not coming out of Soul also is nice because, again, you need Soul for cost, so starter not coming out also means you just get an extra Soul from that. And yeah, mainly that. You can't use Gunic to empty out your Soul to Legion, so you need somebody to do it. The Worldline engine is the next best way to do it, and Cradle is a Star Vader, so it is still at worst fodder for the Joker. So small bits of synergy there. So yeah. So obviously, since we're playing the Worldline engine, we are playing the Worldline starter. It is named Worldline engine for a reason. It's because of the starter. If you don't know what he does by now, Vanguard or in Soul at the start of your turn, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or lower. So this does not work while you're in Legion, because you do have a grade 3 Vanguard while you're in Legion. You can toss a reverse unit, checks out 5, add any card. If you add a reverse unit, you add a copy of that card back to your deck. So yeah, fill the drop zone up, lets you cycle for cards. More often than not early on, unless you have multiple reverse units in hand, you're just cycling for reverse units to dump into your drop zone to fill it up and Legion them back in. And usually on like your last filter, you dig for something else that you actually want, whether it be a PG, booster, grade 2, main ride, or whatever. So yeah, yeah. Obviously you play it because it's the main engine piece of your starter, of the deck. So yeah, that's starter. So yeah, that's it for the starter. Grade 1s, PG. You do have the deleter option, but since this deck does require a Star Vader name, and it's technically is a Star Vader deck, you definitely do play the Star Vader starter. You definitely do play the deleter one. For Palladium, he actually does serve double duty in this deck. He is extra Soul, as well as a way to keep stuff relocked for a low cost. So does serve double duty as a relocker and Soul to fuel your Blaster Joker. So pretty nice card to have. And then finally, the other 4 of it is the Lanthium. When something locks plus 3k, Blaster Joker locks the entire board, so if you get a full board lock, this thing gets really, really fat. Even if you only lock a few cards, he still gets big enough to be a solo attacker, and having something that can hit Vanguard and Booster is actually really important in this deck, because Joker requires a lot of resources to use his skill. He requires 2 Cannon Blast, 2 Soul, a discard, and a lock on board, so you lose out on a booster on your board as well, or whatever you may have put there to lock. So having Lanthium just as a card that can maybe solo attack is very nice. As you already haven't noticed, everything but like the 3 rebirths here, just fill in any names for extra reverse units, are Star Vader names, because you do need Star Vader discards and locks for Joker. So yeah, and then finally, the last one of is the Neon 10k attacker, Star Vader name. Yeah, just one up. You can play whatever you want here. I do think that Palladium and Lanthium do have rules in the deck that do incline you to play these as 4s in this deck. So yeah. That's it for the grade 1s. Grade 2, we're playing the Companion Star Vader Photon. On play, if you're bringing the Star Vader, CB2 lock a card. Cheap, simple lock, or not cheap, just simple lock. Mate to the Blaster Joker. And yeah, just a overall solid card. Also mate to the Guard, because we are playing 2 Garners as well, so yeah. Just a nice card, just a good card overall. Regardless of being a main or not, this card, you can still play this card. Next up is the Astral Reaper. So his skill is on hit to Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, check top 5, add a card the same name as your Vanguard to your hand, and he has resist. So even though Blaster Joker does need Soul to use, you will end up with an odd amount of Soul. Starter stays in, When you ride the 3, you have 3 souls, so you do get to use one. You do get one use of Astral Reaper. So I do think it is nice to have it, because when you're in Legion, Astral Reaper is finding you either Jokers or Photons or Garnets or Photons. So pretty nice to add targets, and intercept, and mainly it's here because it's a intercept with resist that has a way to empty soul while also potentially plussing you. So yeah, very good card. I do think Astral Reaper is probably the best grade 2 in all of Link Joker right now. It's generic with splashable and everything. So pretty nice card, and I do think it warrants spots in this deck, even though I'm not playing Dark Zodiac. It's a Legion leader. So yeah, I definitely think Astral Reaper is one of Link Joker's best cards right now. Next off, other grade 2 slot is the Neobium, I think is his name. I haven't played this card in so long, I don't remember his name, but he is the grade 2 version of Lanthium. Same reason we play it as Lanthium is that he gets really big and can hit stuff unboosted. So yeah, 3 of this, because I do want to make space for the Dialton, I think, the Galatine lookalike. Yeah, so his skill is on play, if your Vanguard's in Legion and your opponent has 2 or more locked cards, you add a Blaster Joker from your deck to your hand. So, and whether you ride Photon or Garnet, as long as you lock 2 cards and you're in Legion state while you lock those 2 cards, you can search the Joker for free. It's a free +1, so you can either use it to re-ride, you can use it to jam into Soul for crit, which does come up sometimes, not too often, but it can come up. Or if you're in Garnet, you lock the card, you lock cards, and then you re-ride for a follow-up on the following turn. So very nice card to have, but you are still ripping triggers out of the deck, and you do still need to lock cards first to use this, so I don't think you need too many copies of this. I think you can definitely play around the ratios between the Neobium and the Dialton if you like, but this is what I ended up being comfortable with, and what I ended up sticking with. So yeah, that's it for grade 2s, and onward to grade 3. Finally, the main boss unit of the deck, the Blaster Joker, Mr. BJ himself. You want to do abbreviations on his name. Legions with Photon. If you are in Legion, Soul Blast 2, Counter Blast 2, lock a Star Vader Rearguard, discard a Star Vader from your hand to lock their entire board, and you retire their Legion mate if they have one. So if you don't know how Legion works, you can only Legion once, because on the Legion clause says that you can only Legion if you haven't, if your Vanguard hasn't already been in Legion state. If you retire their Legion mate, they have to re-ride if they want to Legion again. So you will just turn their Vanguard skills off pretty much completely. So that's nice, lock their entire board. But the cost here is obviously super expensive. 2 soul, 2 counterblast, card in hand, and you can't use one of your boosters for the turn. So yeah, very expensive cost. And the other skill is when attacking Vanguard, you can put a card from your hand with the same name as a card in your Vanguard circle. So when you're not in Legion, you only put Blaster Joker. When you are in Legion, it's Joker and Photon to give himself +1 crit. I wish this gave it like 2k power or 1k power, but yeah. It has a crit, which is cool, I guess, but it doesn't come out too often, but sometimes it does, and it's nice that it's there. My biggest problem with this card, aside from the super heavy cost, is that it doesn't scale properly. It doesn't have +2k when attacking Vanguard, so this thing is only 20, meaning defenses can screw this card over, so it makes the crit skill actually super risky to use because of that. And overall, it's an okay card, I guess. Not amazing, not terrible. Has its niche, but in most decks, unless you're focusing on this card in specific as a focus of the deck, you probably don't play more than like a 1-of tech, just because it shares the same mate as Photon, and you're playing Garnet in every deck and Photon in every deck. You end up playing like 1 Joker as the tech or something. So yeah, but this is the focus. But this deck is focusing on Joker. That's why we're playing as a 4-of. Speaking of Garnet, we play 2 Garnets in this deck just because we don't have enough space to play more. You could definitely cut down on one of the reverse units to play a 3rd Garnet, but I think having 7 reverse units is a nice company number to have to make sure you open them early in the game. But reverse units aside, we got Garnet. On Legion, discard a Star Vader. Legion's Photon. On Legion, discard a Star Vader. Lock a front row, lock a back row, when hacking Vanguard +2k. So very simple, very effective. Everything in the deck but the rebirths are Star Vader names, so those are just your discard fodders, and yeah. Just a nice card to have. It's your deck's form of counter blast-less lock, so yeah. Nice card to have, wish you could play more, but need to make space for the reverse engines. And finally, the grade 3s are the reverse units, the Cradle, which you should max out on because it is Star Vader news, so it is double duty as discard fodder for Worldline and discard fodder for Joker and Garnet, or lock fodder for Joker, so yeah, definitely need to play for this. And then the last 3 slots are literally just vanillas. You can play whatever you want here. I play Rebirths because I got 3 shiny ones tonight, so yeah. You can play this, these can be whatever you want them to be. So yeah, This is the deck profile for Worldline Blaster Joker. Tell me guys what you think down below in the comments. I will repeat myself one more time. I don't think this deck is very good. I think it's something you play for fun. But yeah, like and subscribe, all the good stuffs. I'll have some games for you guys as per usual after this, and I will see you guys next time, probably with a better deck. But yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.